ability to transmit. Pro fan hoops on the court, we got the game lit. Not talking highlight reels just for the common glance. We talking dedicated skills, taking every chance. From logo threes to rebounds, Chicago got the me-bounds. Asia got 3 chips, Las Vegas Aces in the town. You tune into the channel if you want to get the facts. Women's basketball is fire, no need to relax.
Here we go. I don't know what I was on that. I've got 2 things going on. I got hold on. I gotta get one of these. That might- I'm I'm all jacked up. I don't know what the hell just happened. Hold on. Uh, let me see. How the hell did I get 2 mics on here? Hold on. Let me get out and get back in there. I don't know what the hell's going on. I mean, like, remove. There we go. They choose it. I don't know what the. Hold on. This is crazy. Yeah, you got to open up. I got some craziness going on here. I got 2 mics going on. I got echoes and reverb and all kind of stuff. Hold on. Same. All right. We got to go with this. Uh, yeah, UConn. Yeah. Sorry about that, OG. Peace, power, coolness to you, bro. So, uh, UCLA is about to play. So that go. Um, they're going up against Duke. I think Duke can beat LSU. Oh, LSU, UCLA. But it's the same rules apply to all these games. The same rules apply to all these games, man. When you get open shots, you just got to make the open shots. It's that simple at this point. Both teams have great players, right? So it really comes down to everybody else. So because that game, Sarah Strong was mundane, and Sarah Strong was the best player in the country. Notre Dame made her mundane, but nobody was counting on Quinones to do what she did. So um, just one of them things, man. The refs were not the greatest in the world. This was probably the worst ref game. I won't say the worst ref game, but I saw a bunch of questionable calls. I thought Notre Dame should have got a lot more calls than they did. However, um, UConn fans could probably say the same thing on the other side, so that goes both ways. But in spite of the refs weren't that bad. And in my opinion, Notre Dame left too much meat on the bone, way too much meat on the bone, especially in the paint, and they just could not get it together. So UConn advanced to the Final Four. Um, Notre Dame, they had a shot. They had a shot, and they just couldn't. They just couldn't get it together. Hannah Hidalgo had 22 points. Sarah Strong had 21. But both of them, seven. Hannah Hidalgo was 7 for 19, and Sarah Strong was 6 for 13. So In my opinion, very mundane games for both of them. Quinones was the one that stepped up. Quinones ended up with what, 18 points? What she ended up with? Quinones had 20 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal. So she had that stat line. Sarah Strong had 5 steals and 3 blocks. So Hannah Hidalgo, uh, Hannah Hidalgo only had 3 steals this game. You know what I'm saying? So you got to look at it like that, bro. So it was one of the things, man, where they just they hung in. They hang in for the first half, um, and then the second half, even the third quarter, UConn only won that game 15. The third quarter, 15-11. By that time, that was a uh, 4 point. Well, it was what, 7 points. So that was an 11-point game at the end of the third, and then they just poured on the gas, man. They just put their foot on the gas. Connecticut just you couldn't touch it. So, but yeah, in my bracket, I picked UConn to win. I picked UConn to win it. What's up, Doc Jen? What's good with you? Happy Sunday to you. I hadn't said this enough. I'll say it again. Today is my wedding anniversary with my wife. 29 years, y'all. I've been married longer than some of y'all been alive, man. Stop playing with me. But what's going on? Happy Sunday to you too. Um, so yeah, so that was a good game. I want to see what UCLA is going to do against Duke. Uh, I've been saying the last, I don't know, couple of days that I really like UCLA. I like Lauren Betts, but I want to see Lauren Betts. Thank you, Jen. I want to see Lauren Betts be dominant. That's what I want to see. I want to see Lauren Betts be dominant. I'm gonna be able to watch probably a half of this game. We got dinner reservations at 6 tonight, so I'm gonna see a little bit of it. I might have to catch the rest of it when I get home. Uh, but first game was a good one. Everything tightens up when you trying to get to the Final Four, man. Everything is tightened up. So it kind of is what it is. Um, I'm looking at some of my Instagram chat. Somebody said AZ Fudd is not looking like a number 1 pick. I would agree with that. I would agree with that. But you know how that goes. Everybody has iffy games and things like that happen. But I still think she's gonna be top 3. But this stuff is gonna be all over the place once they have the expansion draft. You gotta remember that. So um, this is gonna be a wild wild west here in about a minute. So these teams got to figure out who's going to be in the WNBA market. They have to figure out who's going to be the max players. Now everybody's fighting for this money. They got the money they wanted. Now these players or these owners have to figure out who are you going to get this money to. Because if you go down the list, if you go down the league, all of these teams, and you look at the roster of those teams, who are you going to give the max contracts to? So, and here's the logic behind this, right? Take out Asia, move Asia to the side, move Caitlin to the side, because you know those players. Uh, Aaliyah Boston, move her to the side. Atlanta, Ryan Howard, move her to the side. You know she's gonna get a max. Who else deserves the max? Like I'm looking at somebody like I look at you look at Skylar Diggins in Seattle. I know she's the most popular player. I know that. Is Skylar Diggins better than Gabby Williams? And what about the when she ever gets comfortable, Dominique Malonga's just gonna take over everybody. If I'm coaching Dominique Malonga, I'm telling that girl every time she get the ball in the paint, dunk. Every time. If you can do it, do it. Every time. Because right now, she does it with such ease that it's not even it's part of her everyday, thing that she does. So Just go ahead and slam it every time you get an opportunity. That's what I want to see from Dominic Malonga, and the league would go nuts. I don't want to see Brittany Griner dunking, barely getting the ball over the rail in an unrivaled game. I don't want to see that. I want to see Dominic Malonga dunk on Brittany Griner. That's what I want to see because whether people want to admit it or not, there's some of, not all, some of the old guard that it's time to move on. Time to move on. So I don't know how that's going to work. And back to the original point, how 4-2 Duke still relatively early. How are they going to determine who gets these max contracts and are they worth it? Are those people going to put butts in seats? And I mean it just like that. That's the most important thing. How are they going to put butts in seats? So if I'm like I'm on ESPN right now, like if I go to let's go down to let's see, let's go down WNBA and let's look at all the teams. Let's look at schedule scores, teams, right? Okay, so let's look at the team. So the Atlanta Dream, I said Ryan Howard. Chicago Sky, unless they do some type of trade with Angel Reese or whatever, Angel Reese will probably be the max. Connecticut's Houston Sun, I guess. I guess Connecticut is not a Houston Comet again. So I don't even know who's on that team anymore. But is there anybody on that team? For lack of an argument, let's call them Connecticut. Is anybody for Connecticut deserve a max contract? I don't know. I'm trying to think. I don't know. Indiana Fever, like I said, you got Kelsey Mitchell, you got Leah Boston, and you get Caitlin Clark. Um, and what I think is going to happen with there, I think Kelsey Mitchell is going to stay in Indiana for this year, and in 2027 she'll be out because I believe they would have made it to the finals if Kelsey Mitchell had not gotten hurt. So New York Liberty, you know what it is: Sabrina Ionescu, Stewie, and John Jonquel Jones. Toronto Tempo is unknown. Washington Mystics. Who on the Washington Mystics should get a supermax contract? Now, when you give somebody a supermax contract, to me, is that person going to help you win? Thank you, Chris. Is that person going to help you win? And is that person going to put butts in seats? Asia Wilson's going to put butts in seats. Sabrina and Stewie and John Cole are going to put butts in seats. Ryan Howard. People are going to go see Ryan Howard. Um, is Seattle going? Are people going to? Are they packing the house to see Skylar Diggins? Who else? Who else we got? Let's go back. Let's go back. Dallas Wings. Paige Beckers, absolutely. Golden State. Golden State is weird. Not weird, but Golden State is a unicorn. Golden State didn't have any major star power, in my opinion. They had vets. They had very good veterans, but I would not call anybody on their team a superstar. Tammy Fack Bentley. I know her because she played with the Fever. I like Timmy Fack Bentley. I wish Timmy Fack Bentley had stayed with us with Indiana, but she got plucked. But Golden State was a great team. Nakase is a great coach, and they are the support they get out there at Golden State is off the charts, off the charts. But who is their marquee player? Who's the player that you're gonna give a super max to? Because the super max has got to be the superstar player. It can't be just a good player. It can't be just a guy or a woman. They got to be they got to be above and beyond for that super max. And all of these teams do not have that type of player. Just because you're popular does not mean you're that good. So again, aces take Asia off the table. Take her off the table. Los Angeles Sparks. Let's look at the roster. Who's let me bring y'all into this since we having this conversation. The Los Angeles Sparks. All right, let's look at the roster. All right. Julie Alderman, Sarah Ashley Barker, no. Cam Brink, no. I mean, Cam Brink is one of the more popular ones, but she's not a she's not a megastar. Ray Burrell is not a megastar. Emma Cannon, Sanaya Fagan, De'Erica Hamby, maybe De'Erica Hamby, Rakea Jackson. Unfortunately, Rakea Jackson might be more infamous than famous now because of what's going on with James Pierce. But Rakea Jackson's a good player, but is she a supermax player? De'Erica Hamby, you can have an argument. Alyssa Peely, um, no, but I hope she gets more right. Kelsey Plum, probably. Kelsey Plum will probably be a supermax. Uh, Azura Stevens, Azure Stevens, I think that's how you say it. Julie Lou. That's it. So uh, just from that list, I'm guessing Kelsey Plum and De'Erica Hamby. That's all I'm looking at right there. Who else we got? Let's go to Minnesota Lynx. Obviously, Fee. You can take Fee off the list. That's an obvious one. Um, let me see. Who else? That's it. It's got to be just Fee. It's not going to be Dejanay. It's not going to be Natisha Heidemann. It's not going to be Klubnikova, Kayla McBride. Nope. And again, they're all very Courtney Williams. Nope. They're all very good vets, but they're not supermax vets. Who else we got? Let me see. Because this is going to be these are hard choices, and you can't be in the middle right here. Phoenix Mercury. Phoenix Mercury. Well, I guess Seattle. I forgot about Nneka Ogwumike. She would probably be the supermax for Seattle. I don't, in my opinion, I don't think she is as popular as Skylar Diggins, but I think she's. You could argue that she's the best player on that team. Um, McConney, DeWanna Bonner, nope. Kalani Brown, Kalia Copper. Kalia Copper will be a max. Um, Tasha Max, Satu Sabali. So you got for Phoenix, you got Leah Copper, you got Satu Sabali. They would probably make it at the time of the max. Um, and that's it. So Phoenix got the star power. And I think it'd be in let me see, Portland Fire. Portland Fire didn't have a roster yet. So that's another unknown. And let's look at Seattle since we were talking about it. Lexi Brown got a max. Skylar Dickens, Gabby Williams, maybe Brittany Sykes, NECA. So if you had to choose two, who would you choose? I would choose NECA, probably NECA and Skylar. Although I would argue that Gabby is better than Skylar and Brittany Sykes ain't no joke. I would put Brittany Sykes in there for Supermax. But who's gonna put the butts in the seats though? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. What is all this gonna look like when these teams are playing each other? But um, all these teams moving when who's gonna pack the house when 22 ain't in town? That's the key. That's when you know, in my opinion, that's when you know who's doing what. That's when you know which teams are kind of ascending in the right direction. Which teams are going to be moving into these bigger arenas. Duke with the and one, nicely done, nicely done. And again, I'm I'm going flip flopping back and forth. Looking at this game, Duke is already taking control. We're super early. Lauren Betts. Lauren Betts has got to dominate this game for UCLA. She must dominate. She can't be just good. She got to dominate. And I've rarely seen her dominate. She need to have 30, at least 30 points a day. So, but we'll see. We shall see. So, uh, but back to the W. So I mean, it's with the money that they about to raise right now, it's a good one. Let's see who's on Atlanta. Who's the max player for Atlanta? You got Ryan Howard and who else? That's it. Not Maya Caldwell, not Jordan Canada, not Nia Coffey, Alicia Gray. Alicia Gray would be a max. Yes. Her and Ryan. Definitely not Brittany Griner, not Brianna Jones, although I think at this point, Brianna Jones is a better player than Brittany Griner. Brittany Griner has trouble moving up and down the court now. Siki Kone, Tahina Paopao. Tahina Paopao is a couple seasons away. Taylor Theory and Victoria Walker Kimbrough. Yeah, Alicia Gray and Ryan. That's about it. That's about it. Chicago Sky's in trouble. Who's on the Mystics? Georgia Amore, Shakira Austin, Sonia Citron. Sonia Citron would be a max. Alicia Clark, Stephanie Dawson, Kiki Iriah Finn, Jade Melbourne, Lucy Oak, Scott Jason Sheldon, Sugg Sutton. Nobody. Nobody. I would maybe Sonia Citron, but she hasn't played that well. Or well to be a supermax. I mean, if I'm just looking at the vet, I hope Georgia Moore gets her knee together. I honestly, I don't see anybody for the Mystics that wants a supermax, in my opinion. I don't see anybody on here that that's a superstar. You got good vets, but I don't see anybody that's a superstar. I think Sonia Citron has that quality about her. She's not there yet. She's not there yet. So um, Kiki Iriafen is good, but not great. So yeah, so we'll see. That's a lot of money they got to throw around, and they got to find a place and a person to throw it to. So it'll be interesting to see what they do because it's going to be a lot of, in my opinion, it's going to be a lot of hurt feelings in the W this year because there's going to be some people that think they should be the max player, but they're not. Yeah, Kev, I said Alicia Gray. Yeah, yeah, she's definitely her and Ryan Howard are definitely it. So, but yeah, I mean, it's interesting. It's interesting. The Houston Comets or the Houston Sun, or I guess they the Houston Comets again. Uh, Lindsay Allen, no. Tina Charles, no. Aaliyah Edwards, no. I thought Aaliyah, is it me or did Washington do kind of Aaliyah Edwards dirty? Because Aaliyah Edwards should be better. Rhea Hartley, and they got three players from UConn. Leila LeCon, Marina Mabry, Rhea Marshall, Anissa Moreau, Nelson Adota, Haley Peters, Naya Rivers, Toure. I'll get, mm, yeah, I don't see anybody that I want to be. I don't see anybody that's a supermax player. I don't give a damn how many points Marina Mabry scored in Unrivaled. She is not a max player. Um, a good vet, but definitely not a max player. Uh, so yeah, they got some questions. A lot of these teams gonna have some questions and some decisions to make. That's gonna be interesting to see how that works out. So, 19-12, a minute 20 left in the first quarter. Um, Lauren Betts is on the line shooting free throws. And let's see if we can get a score here. The box score. Toby Fournier. That's the whole game. Toby Fournier is another one. I need to see her dunk every chance that she gets. Just go up and throw it down with two hands. Do it whatever you got to do, man. I'm tired of like the women showing us that they can dunk but not doing it in the game. That's why I like Malonga so much. Every chance you get, throw that shit down. Lauren Best just got 2 points. She's all right. Not much has happened. Still early. First quarter's coming to an end. 4 point game. UCLA's got a chance to pull it into. Um, Duke has the ball. You get less than 30 seconds. Duke puts up a little mid-range jumper. They hits it back to a 5 point lead, 6 point lead. UCLA is going to get the last shot, get it down the Betts. Betts goes in the paint, goes up. Good move. Now, if they can do that all day, they should do it all day. UCLA, uh, Duke's going to have the last shot. Kiki Rice on the guard. They shoot a three, way off. Betts gets the rebound, lets the clock run out into the first quarter. So, but all right, man. Kev, I thought the same thing, bro. I was expecting a lot more from Aaliyah Edwards, but I think, in my opinion, I think Aaliyah Edwards got caught up in that the veteran nonsense that was going on across the league. They did not want that rookie year that Caitlin Clark came out. They did not want those rookies to play. They did not want the rookies to play, and clearly that class was better than a lot of those veterans. But they were still on that. You got to pay your dues tip. They were still on that shit that Diana Taurasi was talking. That's what started it in the first place, in my opinion. When Diana Taurasi came out and said what she said, and then Gino RM backed her up, co-signed her. That to me, that gave just free reign for people to just treat the rookies like shit. And when there are some clear spots where the rookies was better than the vets, and they wasn't letting them vets play at all. So, but I'm with you, Kev. I thought Aaliyah Edwards was going to be better. So I don't know if it was her coaching. I don't know if it was her team. Maybe they're not using her right. She kind of slipped into ambiguity, and she was just a guy. She was the shit at UConn. And I'm like, she ain't just forget how to play. So, but we'll see how it opens up this year. I hate that she stuck where she stuck now because I want to see her play. So, but we'll see. We'll see. But all right, I'm gonna check on the wife. I'm gonna go get my clothes ready for dinner tonight, and I'm gonna get out of here. The basketball talk is getting tight. Basketball talk is getting tight. We got the WNBA is about to get started. We got to watch their draft, get ready for that. Then the NFL draft is less than a month away. So there's a lot of talk about that here in the Philadelphia area. Everybody's still worried about what's going to happen with AJ Brown. Is he going to get traded? Is he not going to get traded? It's a lot of stuff going on right now. A lot of stuff right now. I've been trying real hard to get Kiki about. I like Kiki Rice. Um, I think Kiki Rice played better last year than she did this year because this year was all about getting the ball to Lauren Betts. I'm still mad that I'm not mad, but I'm just saying. What's the girl from UConn? Kaylee Heckle. Kaylee Heckle transferred from USC, and I thought for sure she would stay after Judy Watkins got hurt. She had this whole year to run things at USC. But when you got an opportunity to play for Geno, man, I mean, it is what it is. What ain't too many people running away from that opportunity. So, but I would she and Kaylee Heckle is good. I like Kaylee Heckle. I liked her when she was at USC because Kiki Iriafen, if you remember, after Juju Watkins got hurt, after she tore her knee, they won that game. And I thought that next game, I thought Kiki Iriafen was just gonna go off. I was like, this is your opportunity to prove to everybody that you are as good as everybody thinks you are. But when it was just her, she couldn't operate it. She couldn't. She had a, if I remember correctly, she had a very mundane game. She didn't play bad, but she didn't play great. She had a decent game. And it's like when you're in that situation, you got to take over. And she didn't. And everybody was expecting it because Juju went down. So who's the next superstar? All right, Kiki, we coming to you. And if I remember correctly, they had to kind of had her bottled up. So, but it's fun. It is a very big difference between a superstar and somebody that's just a guy. Always remember that. We talk about that all the time. All my people here that follow me with my Eagles content. You want to just get rid of AJ Brown, and who you gonna bring in here? It can't be just Hollywood Brown, because compared to AJ, Hollywood is just a guy. So, I don't know if the situation with Elijah Moore keep AJ in town, with Elijah being one of his best friends. So I hope so, because I don't want AJ to leave. No, keep that brother right here. I'll deal with the tweets and the book reading. Y'all tripping if y'all think that that's so that's so disruptive and bothersome that he can't be on the team. Y'all can miss me with that. I forgot Lauren Betts, the other Betts sister is on the team. I don't know how is she any good though? I ain't really paid attention to her. So you got Lauren Betts and Sienna. Sienna Betts. Is she any good? Sienna Betts. 6'4", 6 points, four, little over 4 rebounds, and a little over 1 assist. Okay. She's 6'4". What's Lauren Betts? 6'7"? Yeah, Lauren Betts is 6'7". Oh, come on, Toby. You supposed to dunk that. Still a lot of basketball. Like, still a lot of basketball. So, clearly, clearly, she ain't. Yeah, that's a big shadow though. Maybe when Lauren leaves, she can get a little elbow room and get some things done. But I mean, you got a 6'7". You got twin towers out there, 6'7" and 6'4", and she is bigger. She is thicker than Lauren. Lauren is kind of lanky, and Lauren got like long arms, but it looks like Sienna is definitely a little bit thicker than Lauren. I wonder. I don't. It's hard to tell to see if She's strong. Good move. She's strong. She got like a strong lower body, but I ain't seen enough from her. Yeah, man. Kiki. I don't know who made that comment about Kiki, but Kiki out here looking regular right now. Real regular. So, but all right, y'all. I'm about to get out this phone or get off this podcast, get off the stream. Got to get ready for dinner because I'm hungry. So I had some bomb ass jambalaya yesterday, some Cajun food. That was good. But we going to get some steaks. Got to figure out what I'm gonna eat tonight. Some steaks, maybe some lobster. I don't know, depending on how I'm feeling. All right, I'm up out of here, man. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna go enjoy the rest of my anniversary dinner with my wife. I will be back tomorrow. We're gonna be doing some things tomorrow night. Yes, I'm still working on the graphics package. Got some stuff going on. I was working on a thing with Hannah Hidalgo. Uh, so I got some things in the works, man. So y'all enjoy the rest of y'all weekend. If you consume alcohol, have a toast for me for my anniversary. I appreciate you. And I will see you guys Monday evening. All right, Monday evening, 10 o'clock. All right, I'm gonna get up out of here. Y'all enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of these games, man, because I know they're gonna be good ones. So thank you, Kev. Happy anniversary. I appreciate you, brother. All right. I'm out of here. I will holla at y'all later.
Hey, yo, you check the mic, 1, 2, we clear, ready to transmit. Pro fan hoops on the court, we got the game lit. Not talking highlight reels just for the common glance. We talking dedicated skills, taking every chance. From logo threes to rebounds, Chicago got the me-bounds. Asia got 3 chips, Las Vegas Aces in the town. You tune into the channel if you want to get the facts. Women's basketball is fire, no need to relax.